What is up, YouTube? Skiz1 here, and today I have a review for you of the Krink K66. As always, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the Krink K66, then we're going to be heading out to our surface testing area, where we're going to test this out on brick, rusted metal, smooth cardboard, and even wood. The Krink K66 holds 60 milliliters of their permanent alcohol-based paint. It has a very squeezable body, and also a very small ballpoint at the tip. Although the ballpoint is very small, it is designed to write on smooth and rough surfaces. It only comes in 5 colors: red, yellow, white, black, and silver, and usually costs between $13 and $15, so on the pricey side for sure, but that's what you get with Krink. With that being said, let's take the Krink K66 over to our testing area and really test it out on our wood surface, our rust, our brick, and painted smooth cardboard. Okay, so we are out here by our testing area now. We're going to test this out on, firstly, the smooth cardboard and the wood. The smooth cardboard is usually a good test for a ballpoint or a metal head, specifically because sometimes the metal heads in particular will be a little streaky on smooth surfaces. So we'll test that out. First though, I do want to show you this. When you get your K66 here, it does come with this stopper in it. So if you're wondering what the hell is wrong with it, it's not that it's defective, it's that there's a stopper here that you need to take out. So once you take that out, there's the reservoir, and it's full of that great Krink formula. And once that's done, you are good to go. So if you look in the description, I will link you to the cheapest option for buying the Krink K66. In the description is always where I put the cheapest option. I make sure to look around a little bit because I know supplies are expensive and you want the cheapest graph supplies. So let's get to the test now. So believe it or not, we are getting some leakage happening out of the bottom of this one too. So I think you just really have to make sure it's screwed on tight, and it doesn't do that. So that was just a quick test, but we're really more interested in really how it does on these tougher surfaces, starting of course with wood. Ironically enough, writing drips here, we didn't manage to get too many drips. That's partly because on wood, of course, it's going to seep into the wood a little bit and spread out. That being said, very nice flow coming out of this, so I'm really impressed with that. Let's lay down a couple more before we move over to the rust and the metal and the brick and that fun stuff. So here's a patch of the wood that I freshly painted over, and it ran even more smoothly, and on this it didn't really seep into the wood as much. So you can see on the ends of the letters you're starting to get those nice drips, very characteristically on the end of the points of the letters. It's flowing incredibly well, really enjoying this. Let's move over to something a little tougher now to test. Okay, so before we get to the metal, of course we do want to test this out on brick. These ballpoints are meant for rough surfaces, so we do want to see, just making sure we're going to do a couple lines on here, and you can tell it's performing beautifully. I'm not squeezing particularly hard or anything, but if you wanted, you definitely could get some nice drippy tags on brick. And of course you're seeing the very vibrant red right there. That is one thing about the Krink formula I'm noticing. If you compare it to, say, the Molotov dripstick, the rollerball dripstick, the red here is much more vibrant than, say, the Molotov. The formula itself is great, I have to say that. But let's move over to what we've all been waiting for, see how this writes on rust and some sticky surfaces like that. Okay, so I don't know about you guys, this is my favorite surface. We have completely rusted over metal here, ideal for testing purposes for this Krink K66. So we're gonna get right to it. Let's just see how it writes. So you can see the 3D effect a little bit happening here. The formula is thick enough that if you apply a lot of pressure, you will get a little bit of the 3D effect, which is super nice. I love that effect. And you will get the drips. Drips are very possible with this, as it should be. It is a ballpoint metal head. And you can see it applied very, very well to even a completely rusted over surface. So we're very happy with this so far. So I'm gonna throw down a couple more tags here just for fun, but basically I'm happy with this. The formula is very vibrant. We know it's permanent. They did say it's permanent, and Krink has in the past been permanent. You can control this very well, very squeezable, controllable body, so you can get as many or as few drips as you want with this product. It's on the pricey side, but in terms of performance, I've got to give it a 10 out of 10. Overall, I would say a 9 out of 10, just because I think they could be charging a little less for it. But yeah, we're just going to throw down a few more tags. And that being said, I'll leave you guys with the tags. If you like the video, consider subscribing. Till my next one, peace.